This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Right now, a Storm Team 6 alert. Good evening, I'm Trevor Shirley. Tonight, parts of central Indiana are under a tornado watch. Let's head right over to Kyle Mounds. He's got the latest on these approaching storms. Hey, Kyle.
And Trevor, yeah, things are once again getting active here in central Indiana. You can see that tornado watch, including Indianapolis, areas to the south until 10 o'clock tonight. And we also have now a tornado warning that's in effect for Sullivan County here. You can see that also extends into portions of Greene County. A radar indicated tornado here. So what the National Weather Service is seeing, some rotation on radar, and we are going to take you in for a little closer view here. This is a storm that's moving quickly toward the east, around 50 miles per hour, approaching Sullivan. Lots of lightning with it as well. You can see it would get into Linton here at 6:14 on toward Bloomfield as we get to 6:28, and Bloomington, if it were to hold itself together here, a little before 7 o'clock. We also have some heavy rain, nothing severe though, that's moving through Indianapolis, the north side, through Brownsburg, portions of Boone and southern Hamilton counties, and this strong thunderstorm moving through the Greencastle area, also moving toward the east around 40 miles per hour. So that will be bringing some heavy rainfall, possibly some gusty winds into the Avon area at 619 Mooresville around 6:30 this evening. TrueCast 8:30 tonight shows those showers and storms once again moving through. By 11 o'clock, most of the area kind of clearing out. Still could have some of those stronger storms though across southern areas from around Bedford, Seymour toward the Bloomington area. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Much of the overnight should be on the calmer side of things, but the next several hours we do have that isolated tornado and large hail threat, some gusty winds and flooding with more heavy rainfall. We'll talk about the additional rain coming our way in a few minutes.
All right, Kyle, we know you'll be keeping an eye on it. Thanks so much. In the meantime, hundreds of thousands of veterans call Indiana home, and a recent Call 6 investigation exposed problems with a state-run military fund. Call 6 Chief Investigator Rafael Sanchez reports on the effort to rebuild and restore confidence with the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs.
Present our members of American Legion Post 510 took time to celebrate their commitment to country and their service. Like Betty, Smitty, and Russell, they also came to hear from Air Force veteran Dennis Weimer. Weimer is also the director of the Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs.
We'll talk a little bit about the changes as we're moving forward to improve how we serve and to continue to grow and improve how we serve Indiana's veterans.
A Call 6 investigation by Kara Kenny earlier this year found irregularities in benefits given out of the Military Family Relief Fund. That led to critical changes, and Weimer is leading the reforms and wants to make sure that all veterans have trust and confidence in the system.
I have two things that I believe about serving in government. One is it should be done in the full light of day. Everything should be done openly. And so we're doing things very transparent. We're reaching out to partners. We're connecting with them. We're bringing them in to help us with the work we do. And it is all done completely in the open, and everything is transparent. That's one of the most critical things about government, to be done very transparently. Secondly is that this is the people's money. The money we spend is your money, is my money, is everybody else's money. And so to do that, we have to be very open and very clear of how we're spending that money. And those are a couple of steps that we're taking to do that.
American Legion Post 510 holds its meetings here at the Elmcroft Senior Living Center so residents who are veterans have access to meeting others who serve their country and to be reminded that they have not been forgotten. In Indianapolis, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
And tonight, a Franklin couple is speaking out this evening for the very first time since they filed a lawsuit against the Franklin Community School Corporation. They say they don't believe the district did enough to prevent bullying against their autistic daughter. Tonight, RTV6's Derek Thomas has that story.
The 14-year-old child, who we will call RN, was allegedly bullied repeatedly while at school. She is autistic. Her parents gave us permission to use these photos. Things got so bad that in May of 2017, RN didn't want to live.
Fortunately, unsuccessfully attempted suicide by overdosing on medication, prescription medication. And her reasoning when she came to it was to get the bullies out of her head. And again, with the autism, she's very literal. And she knew that if she had successfully committed suicide, she would go to heaven and there would be no more bullying because she would no longer be autistic.
Meetings with school administrators to develop plans to stop the bullying did not work, according to RN's stepfather.
Additional things need to happen. More accountability needs to come from this. And that's what we're after, is accountability and changing processes and policies.
RN knows that her parents have filed the lawsuit. What outcome will be recognized as successful?
Thank you. Monetary damages to the family. It would be systemic changes as well, either with the law through the General Assembly or within the school district itself. There would be additional training of administrators and staff.
The school district is expected to make a response to the lawsuit within the next 30 days, but a resolution to this case is a long way off. Derek Thomas, RTV6.
Now, that lawsuit was filed last month. Superintendent Dr. David Clenading told RTV6 the school district attorney is reviewing the lawsuit and all questions should be directed to that attorney. Well, long lines reported at Target stores nationwide today, and not because of large crowds. The retailer experienced widespread cash register outage. Shoppers took to social media to complain that registers weren't working at dozens of stores all across the U.S. and even posted images of those long lines. Target says it's aware of a systems issue and they're working to get this problem fixed as quickly as possible. And one person is dead tonight after a fire this morning in Plainfield. The fire department there was called out around 4:40 this morning to an apartment complex on North Vine Street. It was there that firefighters found one person inside who'd already died. Crews were able to get that fire under control in about 15 minutes, but that blaze remains under investigation. And a home in Zionsville was struck by lightning this afternoon. It happened on Tilson Drive. Zionsville firefighters were called out, but officials say there ended up being no sign of anything on fire. And some concert cancellations are already happening because of today's nasty weather, including Reba McEntire's show tonight at Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson. The show's been rescheduled for August 24th. Tickets for tonight's event will be honored at that show in August. That being said, if you do want a refund, you can also get that from wherever you originally purchased the tickets, and you have until July 15th to make that happen. Also, tonight's Symphony on the Prairie concert has been canceled because of the severe weather threat. Officials at Conner Prairie say this afternoon the concert grounds were already saturated with water. And because of this, lawn tickets for the show tonight will now be valid for any other Symphony on the Prairie concert this season. Conner Prairie says patrons who purchase premium tickets or upgraded their tickets should call the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra box office on Monday to get those tickets exchanged for another show. Well, the 2020 presidential campaign is in full swing this weekend. President Donald Trump tweeting that he's ahead in the polls while Democratic candidates are stumping in battleground states. ABC's Rachel Scott is at the White House with that story.
President Trump on the move at the White House Saturday morning and doubling down on his insistence that he is the clear frontrunner in the 2020 presidential race, tweeting, "We are doing great in the polls, even better than in 2016. The president's optimism also expressed in an exclusive interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos.
I just had a meeting with somebody that's a pollster, and I'm winning everywhere.
But an internal poll from his own campaign earlier this spring paints a different picture. The March data obtained by ABC News had the president losing to Biden by double digits in the battleground states of Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. And in Florida, where the president will kick off his re-election campaign in a few days, Biden led by 7 points. The campaign telling us that since then, there's been a big upswing in Trump's favor. And in that ABC News interview, the president continued his attacks on Biden, who is an early frontrunner.
He wanted to be the tough guy. He's not a tough guy. He's a weak guy.
The crowded field of Democratic presidential candidates out on the campaign trail Saturday, unleashing on Mr. Trump.
Donald Trump, who has vilified immigrants from day one.
We have a president in the White House who has had an all-out assault on women's reproductive freedom.
And as Democrats gear up for their first presidential debate later this month, it remains to be seen if and when they'll turn their attention to their party rivals. Rachel Scott, ABC News, the White House.
All right, well, coming up, the video may be hard to watch. Imagine what it was like for the family right in the middle of an ugly confrontation with police. Now that family is taking legal action. Plus, a teenager accepted a dangerous challenge after seeing it on social media. Now she's issuing a challenge to other teens. Don't do it.
And we continue our tornado warning for a possible tornado near the Sullivan area. You can see that was just extended now, including portions of Sullivan, Greene, into Owen counties, 6:30 and now 6:45 for portions of Owen County. And that thunderstorm we were talking about in Putnam County, severe thunderstorm warning for you, some 70-mile-per-hour gusts possible. More on these storms when 6 News continues.
10 a.m. Saturday, only at Ashley Home Store.
And want to update you on the Storm Team 6 alert day. Here are our current tornado warnings from around Sullivan into northern portions of Greene County until 6:30, and then now including the Spencer area, Owen County until 6:45. Want to be getting to that lowest interior level of your home. So we're actually tracking a couple of storms here. One that's near Sullivan, that one tracking off to the east with a possible tornado on it moving into Worthington at 6:41, Beech Creek, and then Spencer just after 7 o'clock this evening. The other storm just to the west of the Worthington area, continuing to move east toward Ellettsville at 6:48 and potentially into the Bloomington area a little before 7 o'clock tonight. Much more on these storms in just a few minutes.
All right, Kyle, thank you. An Arizona family is suing Phoenix police for excessive force after a video surfaced showing their arrest. It happened after police stopped the family and their 2 young daughters in an apartment parking lot. More now from ABC's Zachary Quiche.
The disturbing video shot by bystanders begins with the man, Drayvon Ames, lying on the pavement, hands behind his back, being handcuffed by the police. Seconds later, the man is yanked off the ground and pushed up against the squad car, feet apart. You can see the officer aggressively kicking his leg and yelling.
When I tell you to do something, do it.
Another officer nearby, gun drawn, pointing at a maroon SUV. Out walk a pregnant mother and her 2 daughters.
Oh, look at these kids.
The witnesses recording the video, which they later handed over to the family, are heard in the background.
And the minute he saw that there were children involved, that's when he holstered his weapon. Chief Jerry Williams has told PSB to conduct an investigation into this.
I, like you, am disturbed by the language and the actions of our officer.
According to the family, the incident began over a doll one of the young kids allegedly shoplifted from a dollar store. But the report filed by police asserts that they believe the couple stole other items from the store and were combative. It also asserts that at one point, they believe that Ames was reaching for a weapon. The police department has launched a full investigation. The family has filed a notice of intent to pursue a $10 million legal claim against the city that says police committed civil rights violations. The family has not been charged. Zachary Quiche, ABC News, New York.
And a Michigan teen is warning others tonight about the dangers of a YouTube challenge. It's one she knows all too well. It's because it put her in the hospital for months.
Don't do it because it's not worth it.
Well, 13-year-old Maya Landers and her friends decided to take the fire challenge. And as you can see just how wrong the stunt went, her body went up in flames. Maya spent 2 months bedbound in a hospital in a bodysuit of bandages. Nearly a year later, the teen is speaking out about the horrifying experience and what happened. Maya says they saw the fire challenge, they tried the fire challenge that they saw on YouTube. That's when a person uses a flammable liquid to light themselves on fire, typically with water nearby. She now wants to advocate on behalf of burn survivors. She started a clothing line and is in the process of putting together care packages with inspirational messages to share with other burn victims at local hospitals.
I just feel obligated to, I've been through it, so I feel the need as if I have to help.
Maya says she's finally back to doing the things she loves, like playing sports and styling hair. She has a GoFundMe page to help pay for those care packages. Well, this is the final night of the annual Italian Street Festival at the Holy Rosary Church just south of downtown. And here's the good news. A rainy day is not stopping that event from happening. In fact, it just kicked off at 5 o'clock this evening. Although people are worried about the rain and possible severe weather, they say it is worth the risk.
We've been watching all afternoon, but we've been watching Facebook, and they've been pushing out alerts, and they said we're going to serve food at 5 o'clock, so we're going to be down here until it rains. Hopefully not, but, you never know.
So come rain or come shine, we're going to be here.
We're going to be here.
That food looks like it's worth braving the bad weather. Italian Fest goes right now until 11 o'clock tonight.
And we do have some rain. We had some heavy rain the first half of the day, and now we're getting into some severe weather here across portions of central Indiana. Let's take you in where we still have tornado warnings in effect, including the Sullivan area here. This is until 6:30, portions of Greene and Sullivan counties. That storm moving toward the east around 40 to 50 miles per hour. There you can see where it's moving toward Linton at 6:23, Bloomfield at 6:37, and possibly the Bloomington area just after 7 o'clock. And additionally, we have a tornado warning here for portions of Owen County. That storm continuing to move off toward the east toward Spencer by 6:43. Heavy rainfall, not tornadic, but we do have a severe thunderstorm that's moving through portions of Putnam County into southern Hendricks County at this point, and that one going to continue to possibly produce some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts as it moves into Mooresville at 6:30, Beech Grove about 10 till 7. We have some widespread heavy rainfall that continues, and yeah, some lightning is possible within this, so you need to be getting indoors and out of that very heavy rain. Here are some of the radar rainfall estimates from earlier today. Some locations picking up over 3 inches of rain, so flooding continues to be an issue for us as we have the humidity rising. You probably felt that this afternoon. You're really going to notice it again tomorrow. So any of these downpours have the potential to produce rainfall in excess of 1 inch per hour here. As we go into the early overnight, we start to see a break in the activity. There you can see the downpours moving through, and that is looking at Italian Fest, which is getting a little bit of a soaking right now. Our temperature 70 degrees, the humidity up to 93%, and that dew point, the moisture in the air continuing to climb. Tonight, our temperatures will be into the middle 60s, so that is where we will start off your Father's Day. I think we get in a little more dry time on Sunday than what we've had today, but still, we've got that chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms with temperatures that will make their way from the 60s into the lower 80s on Sunday afternoon. But here's TrueCast for you as we go to 5:30 in the morning. Another round of some heavy rain and downpours moving through. There's a break in the activity for the middle of the day, so you might be able to get in some outdoor activities, but make sure that you're keeping an eye on the sky there as we get into tomorrow night. Additional thunderstorms. As far as additional rainfall, as we go through the upcoming weekend, some areas could pick up another 1.5 inches of rainfall easy out of some of these downpours. So the flash flood watch, that continues until tomorrow morning across all of central Indiana and might be expanded from there. Temperature-wise, tomorrow will be a little warmer as we have some more dry time in the mix. 80 for you in Lafayette, 85 in Columbus, and 82 in Indy. You can see over the next 5 days, though, we continue with that chance for rain and some thunderstorms. 7-day planning forecast now as we put it all together for you here, and there are those highs in the lower 80s through Monday, upper 70s for the middle of the week, and that daily chance of showers and storms continues. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is here as well. We'll continue to give you updates on those storms. The news at 6 continues right after this.
HL or visit steeldealers.com.
We'll meet one of Twitter's newest users. Actually, you probably already know him. It's former NFL player and ex-convict O.J. Simpson. He posted a selfie video explaining he's going to post his thoughts and opinions on the new account. He then said, quote, "I've got a little getting even to do," without offering further explanation. His lawyer says one thing he won't discuss on the social media platform is ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson's death. Simpson was acquitted on charges of murdering her and her friend Ron Goldman after a televised trial that was watched by millions. Well, if you're looking for book a summer trip soon, hopefully you can secure your flight before more airlines raise their prices. American Airlines has increased one-way fares on domestic flights by $5. Southwest and Hawaiian Airlines also appear to have raised their prices as well. Now, these price hikes worry travelers, but investors say it's actually good news and shows there is still demand. And tomorrow is a day we pay tribute to our fathers, but a recent survey says dads aren't getting as much praise as you'd think. According to a poll from the University of Michigan, 52% of fathers say they're often criticized about their parenting style. And the biggest critics are their spouses, followed by grandparents. Researchers say there's a major consequence of all this. Second guessing, 1 in 5 dads say it causes them to be less involved in their children's lives. And we'll be right back for a final check of the weather.
Prices at Ross. Yes for less.
Spencer and Bloomfield areas want to be getting to that lowest interior level of your home. Greene County tornado warning until 6:30. Owen County until 6:45. There you can see the one storm moving toward the east. You can see approaching the Bloomington area a little after 7 o'clock. That other storm that's right along the Owen and Greene County line, that one continuing to move toward the east at about 40 miles per hour. Again, both of these are radar indicated, meaning that they could produce a tornado and certainly some very heavy rainfall. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Hendricks, Putnam, and Morgan counties until 6:45. Those storms could have some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, which are also approaching Indianapolis.
All right, a lot going on tonight. I know you're keeping an eye on the weather. Stay with us. We'll keep you updated on all of this, and we'll see you right back here at 11 o'clock.